Hey everybody, and hey to nobody. Okay, so I'm on Facebook and I am on IG right now. So let me invite some people over on Facebook. Nope, I can't because I don't know how to do that. Man, I hate that. So, hey everybody and hey to nobody. I'm on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. Instagram. So today, this is what I want to talk about. If you can see the heading, I'm satisfied with sitting still on Saturday. Being that I was born on a Saturday, today is the day that I celebrate my birthday. So every Saturday I celebrate. Let me say this. Hey everybody and hey to nobody and what's up to anybody. This is Cassie Derwin. You can catch me live right now on Facebook or on Instagram. Go and hang out. Share this video. So I just did a reading and I read some shit today is the title. And the reason why I'm a bear because today is the first, today and tomorrow, we're springing forward. We already saved the daylight. That was necessary for daylight savings time. But now we're springing forward. And it's going to, we're right at the beginning of Aries, the end of Pisces. So it's like a new year. And when you add 320, 2021 together, you get 10 or the 1 and the 0. So it is a new beginning. So, the bear I'm a bear. I've been hibernating. So I'm sitting around with this bear cover on because I get cold, hot. And I got really hot. And I said, that's the reason why the bear comes out of the cave. Because it gets hot. And it realizes winter is over. Now it's time to spring forward. So I'm springing forward. So as long as I don't worry about the things, Spirit is going to take care of me. So if I don't worry about money, I'm going to make money every day. If I don't worry about a man, I'm going to get a man. So it's telling you not to worry, but to spring forward and go forward with what you're going to do and what you have to do. I don't know why it's so dark over here on Facebook. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. So I got a reading today and I did a reading. And the first thing I felt was, oh my God, I felt my stomach. I felt it in my belly, my other brain. So I started to pay attention and I started writing notes because that's how I divine. So I had to shit, period. I had to shit. So once I got her on the phone, the first thing I said was, I got to shit. I'm recognizing I got to take a shit. Hey, everybody. I got to take a shit. Meaning I have to release something that no longer serves me. So I know what this is reading is going to be about us taking a shit. Us releasing something that no longer serves us. So I'm trying to do the reading because it's 30-minute reading. I figure I can get through the reading because this is not my shit I'm reading. But I'm feeling, my body is feeling it. There go my empath energy. Share this if you're on Facebook because I can't share it. Share it to my page. Share it to Cassie Derwin if you can. My personal page. So I know that this person is trying to release something. So I'm going to give the message as a collective. So the first thing I got from my cards was, and I'm going to tell you what it says because it may be a message for anything. The first thing I got was, I forgive all past experiences. So I know they had to forgive themselves about something. And then the next thing I got, okay, on the back of that, it say, I accept all that I have created for myself, my past and my present. I am willing to allow willing to allow my future to happen. So it's something that you did in your past that you got to forgive yourself for, but forgive yourself for your past and your present in order for the future to manifest, right? So then I got nurturing. And I got the 1 and the 9. The 1 and the 9 equals 1 again. So that's today's energy. You might have a nurturing heart today. It says, I am protective spirit reaching out to all life with love and compassion. You got to be compassionate when it comes to yourself. It's something that you had to release. Okay, release it. But don't be so hard on yourself about this thing, right? So the next card I got The next card I got was, I follow my inner wisdom. I am at peace with my own being. So this is the beginning. You got to be in peace with it. It said, I completely trust the intelligence within me to guide me to the right path. The universe supports me in every positive way. Okay, so remember, all of a sudden my stomach started hurting. My stomach started hurting so bad where I knew I had to take a shit. So I'm telling, because when I do, okay, so when you sit down with Cassie and get a reading, I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to how it feels inside of me. Before I even get on the phone, I start getting messages. My person questions, what day were they born on? What are their numbers? So I add your birthday and all that stuff together. Then I look at your purpose year. But I'm still recognizing I got to take a shit, right? So once I get the person on the phone, I tell them, I got to take a shit. But I'm still trying to read. I say, okay, you know when you got to take a shit? It's a pressure. You need to take a shit. So the universe is telling you, you need to go take a shit. So I'm getting all this pressure. But then I start to fire. Because with the pressure is air. And because I won't go take the shit, the air is going to push its way past the shit. And that's why it stank. But I still need to take a shit. I'm still trying to do the reading. Finally, I say, look, I got to go take a shit for real. It was imperative, else I was going to shit on myself, right? So as I'm taking the shit, I'm texting because I'm still divining. So once I finish taking the shit, once I dump what I don't need, I realize this shit is messy. So I know that this reading is the reason why I had to take the shit, so that I could see what I had to release, so that I could then look in the toilet and see what it is. And then the only thing I seen was this shit was messy. So whatever this person needs to release, it's some messy shit. And I know that's a lot of information, but then I went back to when I had to release some shit. After I released it, I took the biggest dump. I don't know if anybody watches Oye Son that watches me, but he had told us sometime when when the clearing phase of the moon, we have to seriously sit on the toilet with some pen and paper, write the shit we releasing, tear it up, put it in the toilet with the shit and flush it. You don't need it anymore. Y'all got to flush some shit away from you. Because remember, this is the first day of spring. We're springing for it really is tomorrow, is what I get from the energies. The 21st. We got to release some things. And because it's the 21st, today we need to partner up with the idea that this is a new beginning. That's the 2-0 energy. Tomorrow we're going to make it manifest spring. It is time to spring forward. It is time for the bear to come out because it's warm from hibernating. But if you're in Michigan, remember, we haven't had that deep freeze, that ice storm we always have. So that may come still. So be looking out for that. Because we get a couple sunny days, you guys don't put up all your winter coats and stuff because it's going to get cold again. We're going to have some ice. We have it every year that I can remember, where the ice comes through and the lines is hanging and we get blackouts and all that. That's coming, right? It's coming. So then I pull out my cards that are for self-love. And I get freedom. And then I get from the angels, I get the root chakra. There is something deep within you that you need to free yourself from. And it's either you're full of shit or the person is full of shit, right? So then I start pulling tarot cards because now I need a direct message. Those were oracle cards. The first thing I get is choice. I get the 2 of air. Air is Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius. I get that. So I know this is, you got a choice, the way that you're talking, the way that you're thinking, the way that you're communicating. And then I get fire energy. I get the 2 of air, choices, And then I get the 7 of air also, which can be lies. It can be deceit. But because of this picture, it's running away with something. It's running away with either thoughts about something. It's sneaking away with thoughts, words, or something. But it's running. This picture is running. It's a black and white bird. So it's when I seen the black and white bird, I seen Gemini for some reason. And this person happened to be a Gemini. So it's about being balanced. But you're being the truth. You're being transparent. But you're watching somebody run away with a lie. Or either you're lying to yourself and saying you don't see it. Then I get the Queen of Wands. This is something that is royal energy, but it's fire energy. You got to stand and sit on your throne as a queen. And then I get the 9 of Wands or fire, which means you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself from all this that's coming towards you, right? Then I got a bunch of earth energy. No, first before I got the earth energy, I got the, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Before I got the earth energy, I got emotions. So whatever you're protecting yourself from, it's kind of emotional, but understand you got choices. You don't have to stick with it. And then I got the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups tells me you're crying over something. You're looking at something that no longer serves you, right? You're crying over spilt milk. Say you was dating 3 men and all of those 3 relationships ended badly. Well, if you would just turn it around, there's 2 more relationships coming up in the next 6 months. A new two different energies. So say you're a man, there's 2 women coming forward. Say you're a woman, there's 2 women coming. There's 2 men. Say whatever you are, 2 or whatever you are attracted to, because then that confused the hell out of me, because people be doing all kind of stuff. I read some shit today, y'all. So say whatever you were interested in. There is 2 of that coming forward. You need to go forward with that, because the only major thing in this reading is the Chariot card and the Moon. You need to go forward, because there is something that you're seeing. In darkness, it looks one way, but when you turn on the lights, it's a total different way. You need to gain balance on what you're seeing. So I'm sitting here and I'm doing the reading. I done took the shit. I done read the shit. I literally took a shit. Then I'm sitting here and it tells me to open the back door. I get up because I'm obedient. Remember, that's my religion. I'm obedient. If obedience is a religion, that's my religion. I get up and open the back door. And as I open the back door, the sun hits me. It's hot. It's bright. It feels good. So I'm this bear and I done stuck my head out my cave. And it's hot. So it's spring. I done sprung forward. And I'm saving daylight. So it's going to be a whole lot more daylight savings time. And it's 3:20. And I'm looking at all of these things, right? So then a yellow and black car comes past. And I'm talking to her because I'm divining for her. And I said, okay, yellow and black, yellow and black. At night it's dark, right? That is the darkness. In the daytime, the sun is yellow. That is the bright. So there is a balance between the dark and the light. So what it's telling me is that she needs to look at things, not just at night. And when I said that, I felt like sometimes we love a person because how they make us feel. What we do in the darkness, the sun is going to shine light on the truth. Because the sun shine light even on the moon to make it a full moon. That's when the moon is full of the sun or the masculine energy. When the moon is dark, she's full of herself. She goes within. She's dark. So I told her, you got to know the difference between what is for you and what is not for you. But it's something that you've already did. So when I say sometimes you get the men and sometimes you get the magic, people are exes for a reason. We left them alone for a reason. And that's what people, places, a thing. We stop doing things. We stop going places. We stop talking to people for a reason. You have to know what that reason is. And if you don't, eventually the moon is going to show you it's an illusion. So the illusion was this person is acting like he's a loyal companion. A dog. A dog is man's best friend. Is a loyal companion. But in darkness, he's really a wolf. He's really a fox. He's sneaking around. Remember, I got the 7 of Wands. Somebody running around, sneaking around. The way that they're talking. They may be saying they're here, but really they're here. So the moon is shining light. Because, next week we had a full moon. Right now, the moon is partial. It's right in the middle. The moon is shining light on something that is true. You have to know what it is. You have to see it for yourself. So after I got the Chariots and the moon, which is the major things in this is what's major. You going forward with what you're seeing. Quit lying to yourself. Because I literally read some shit today. So the question was asked, do I read pendulums and do I read pendulums and do I believe in it? I say I read everything. I read the Bible. I read the tarot. I read the oracle. I read the tapestries on the wall. I read videos. I read pictures. But today I realized I read some shit and came out with a very divine message. When you take a shit, you flush it. Once you remove something you no longer need, the universe doesn't leave it empty. It replaces it. Just like our belly. When we've eaten a lot and we take a shit, in a little bit we'll be hungry again. But you got to release the shit to put more shit in. You can't be going backwards. Nobody eats out the toilet. Nobody eats out the toilet. When you release shit, you flush it. It goes away from you. So when you make a person an ex, you flush them and they go away from you. But if you let them come back, they're testing you. That's all they doing is testing you. The universe is seeing if you're over it yet. We're not in a Mercury retrograde right now, but because they hold it, that's why Mercury retrogrades don't bother me. I am Mercury. I'm double Mercury. So I'm always in a fucking retrograde. And I have to always learn lessons and make sure that I master them. That's why tomorrow is about mastering things. It's the 2 and the 1. And tarot, the 2 and the 1 is you mastered it. You've come, that's Saturn energy. Today is Saturday. Today is Saturn. It is a tough teacher. It is about discipline. It is about structure. It is a tough fucking teacher. And they cussing because they want you to know this is serious. It don't come off like you think it's going to come off. But it can. If you take a shit and see it for what it truly is. You got to release shit and you got to flush it. You don't hold on to shit. You know how you see hoarders and they got a whole bunch of shit in their house and they always got some motherfucking pets to shit all over the house. The pets are necessary to know, so you can know what shit look like, so you can know what shit smell like, so you can know, this shit I'm shitting on, you don't need it. The pets be shitting all over the house. You don't need this. So what you do is you scoop the shit up and you flush it or you throw it away or you do something with it. It's done. But when you're a hoarder and people hoard other people's energies, you hold on to it. And you make yourself miserable. And it stink. And it's nasty. And it's messy. And instead of just keep piling shit on top of shit, just go sit on the toilet. Just say goodbye. Just delete somebody. Just go forward on your mission. Quit trying to be full of somebody else and be full of yourself. Today is 2020. That's about partnering up with yourself. And if you're a Gemini, if you're a Pisces, it's some other ones I see, but those always come up first. Cancer. You're your own partner. You're your own best everything. Just take a step back and look at what you're seeing within yourself. You got to. Hey, Wiz, because you just came in my head. It's an inside job, y'all. It's completely inside. It's not outside of you. It's inside of you. So on the inside of you, when you get full, that's why I say, if you need to cry, you're a cloud at that moment. And what do clouds do when they get full? They release libations to the earth, to the goddess. When your belly get full, which is your other brain, you have to release stuff. That's how come you have a long-term memory and a short-term. Long-term mean I don't need to hold this forever. I need to get rid of it. But that stuff you're going to need later on, that's the stuff you need. This is just some little shit. Get rid of it. But that real shit you need, you're going to hold on to it. And it's not just shit. It's not just something you don't need. It's the stuff that you do need. Then I seen some cars. I read everything and okay, when you begin to divine, everything that catches your eye has a message and has a purpose. And every message you give is something that you're supposed to allow to reflect back to you. So there is a lesson here for me also. But I can remember, and this is Planet Wiz 2 words, y'all. Check him out on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. The day that I met him, when I released what I released, I had took a big shit. Soon as I released it, I took a shit. But then you got to do the wrap up. You got to finalize things. You got to do the number 9 so you can get to the number 10. But number 10 is really nothing. The 0 is nothing. It's the 1, the independence. You have to be independent with yourself. That's why it's called satisfied with sitting still. When the universe tells you to sit still, you might need to take a shit. Well, if you running around and you might need to take a shit on your throne. That's why you have to be satisfied with sitting still. And when it's time to release, you release. But sometimes you have to be in your own bat cave. I keep hearing bat cave. You have to be satisfied with sitting still in your bat cave. I don't know, because you're a superhero. You got superpowers. And what it looks like thank you. What Batman look like at night, he don't look like in the daytime. Because he Bruce Wayne in the daytime, but he Batman at night. Same energy. It may be an illusion. You may think you need this person. But you release that person for a reason. You put an X in front of it for a reason. And then once I seen that EX, the X turned into an L. That is your spiritual angels, your team. EL, they're helping you. So a lot of times when they become an X, that's because your angelic team is looking out for you, helping you to release something that doesn't serve you, having you to take a dump, getting rid of shit you don't need. And you can look in the toilet and see what it looked like. Because I looked in the toilet and that shit looked messy. So I knew she was dealing with some messy shit. With somebody running with a lie. It could be her lying to herself, but it could be that person lying to them also. Or it could be the lie chasing you. You have to turn around and say, look. Like when the preacher come up, I had to say, look, it ain't your turn. Fall back. Because every time I say a certain word, it's this minister that jump up in me. And he be like, it's my turn. No, it's not. You don't have a YouTube. You don't have an Instagram. And you don't have a Facebook. And then he goes sit down. And that's why I say it's crazy. But we have to be crazy in order to not let it hold us up. I ain't say insane. I didn't say mad. I say crazy. It look crazy. It sound crazy. Crazy ain't what y'all think it is. Crazy sometimes is caring. I care enough to say this crazy shit out loud. And that's what I do. I say it out loud. Giving birth, you guys. Understand once you give birth to something, there's something that's going to manifest. So like when you get pregnant and you have a baby, now you got to care for a baby. So if you got an idea and you give birth to it, now you got to care for it. My reason for being here on the platform, I gave birth to this. I made up Cassie Derwin. She was always in there, but me trying to hide and don't want to be on Facebook, I had to come up with a different name. And Cassie Derwin was invented because I am Cassandra Royal, but I'm Cassie Derwin because the Royal came from Derwin. I'm Cassie Derwin. I'm still Cassie Derwin because someone stole the poem from me. And I got mad. How you going to steal my poem? But that's because I didn't understand social media. Once you release it to the world can do what they want to it. The people want to know, but the world don't give a fuck. Understand that. And we are on the World Wide Web. So if you put it out there, somebody come across it, they're going to release it and run with it, even if it's a lie. So let people do what they do. But partner up with yourself and spring forward. Because sometimes you have to be satisfied with sitting still. That means you have to be independent of self and others. You got to remember you got 12 houses. Today, between today and tomorrow is the first house. The Aries energy. I am. And whatever you are, that is what you are. I am. It is your possession of you. You have to take charge of you. Someone say drink water. Y'all drink some water today. And I know we're not supposed to drink cold water, but my chief protector is so hot when he's protecting me. I have to give him cold water. I have to. Else he won't cool down. He just won't. He be boiling hot. But that is my chief protector. Do you know who your chief protector is? And my chief protector protects me all times. Even when I want to run with the lie. Then they sit down and I have counsel. And they talk to me. All of them talk to me. All of them talk to me. I want to talk about this real quick. If we're helping each other, we're helping each other. You don't always get what you want. You don't always get what you want. Quit helping people that ain't willing to help you. When you see they ain't help you, fuck them. Fuck them seriously. You ain't got to wish nothing ill on them, but you do have to take a shit and release them. And if you can't release them, what they say, if you can't play nice, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. If you can't allow yourself to see something without feeling some way, then delete them, block them, get rid of them, get rid of it, be done with it. Just be over it. So if I delete you, if I block you, right now I'm protecting me. It ain't got shit to do with you. It's an inside job. Remember that. It's an inside job. Carly Simons. You're so vain, but this shit ain't about you. What I do on my page ain't about you. It may help you, but it ain't about you. Whatever you get, when you're supposed to have it, is for you. When it's time to release, it's time to release. Quit holding on to things because you think that that's all you can do and you need that. No, what you need is to listen to your spiritual team, your cord and your cords. You need to listen to those. You need to listen to those energies that protect you and that guide you. Sometimes you have to go back to the beginning. Sometimes you have to go back to when you were a kid and everything was why. That's discovery mode. When you go back to discovery mode, it'll make so much more sense to you, what's going on with you. Let me talk about this real quick. Waking up isn't easy. It's like me sitting up here with this, because you know it's two-sided. Wisdom. But wisdom say, I want to lay up against your head. Because when the bear go to sleep, I'm going to turn it inside out. So the bear just wanted to make her appearance because it got hot. So she had to spring forward. And she had to go forward with her mission. Regardless, you can't be afraid of releasing. I'm trying to hold on to shit that don't serve me. I had to shit, y'all. When I say I had to shit, my stomach was going through it. But I got my person say, you got to make this money. Cassandra and Cassie. Cassandra say, go ahead and make this money real quick. Because my person is the only one that can spend money. Cassie didn't have to shit. Cassandra had to shit. But Cassandra had to be made uncomfortable so Cassie could continue to do her mission. Her mission was to sit on the toilet, take a shit, look in the toilet, and give the rest of her message. So I read everything. Regardless to what anybody tell you, I read everything. And understand, it's an inside job. It's on the inside of me. So what somebody else do ain't got shit to do with me. It's an inside job. And the shit is crazy. And you got to go it alone. But you can partner up with yourself because you got 12 classrooms to learn from. The best thing you can do when you have a baby or anybody around you is look at their natal chart. Quit thinking about a social security number so you can get a check. All that is a ticket. A ticket so they can keep tracks on you. That's what I heard, keep tracks. I seen the bear, I seen tracks. It says stomach is the first brain. Hard to use it correctly because it's full of shit. Exactly. And see, I thought this brain was the first brain, but really it's the first warning. This brain is connected to the eyes. This brain is connected to the root and the solar plex and all of that. Okay, so this is up here. Sometimes you got to go deeper than that. To me, this is surface. These eyes, you seeing what's on the surface, but sometimes we need to internalize it and be uncomfortable in it to see the truth of it. Share my podcast. It say witness. What about the unchurched souls are witness? Huh? The unchurched souls. You are the church. Man, don't come on here talking about church. Don't talk about a building. Because that make you the unchurched because you don't realize you the brick and mortar. Bam. Brick and mortar is bam. Don't come over here with that. Because that's going to piss me off. What you mean the unchurched souls are you witness? What about the unchurched souls are you witness? Life is short. I don't know what you're saying. Do you know your assignment? Yeah, I know my assignment. Do you know your assignment? See, that's Cassandra talking to you right now because you said something that tugged on to her human. I'm on Facebook IG. You tugged on something that's with her human and she getting irritated by you because I am a bear. I'm the great white bear. Don't come, but I have a lot of witness, wisdom, and it said wisdom. It say the wise will witness the wisdom that I have to show. The wise will witness the wisdom. Come over here. You done made me hot. Just done made me hot. And see, because today I was springing. These are spring colors. But the bear said, I just got to say something real quick. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off, y'all. Don't come over here talking about some church. I'm the church. I'm the brick and mortar. Bam. Come over here with that. It's a new beginning. I'm springing forward. We're saving daylight. It's Aries. Aries is fire energy. Don't have me ram your ass. Getting back to... See, this is how it is, y'all. I'm a Gemini double time. Cassandra and Cassie. Y'all got to see her all in one shot. Y'all got to see, if this is helping anybody, y'all can donate to my Cash App of $5. That's why I've been hearing, it's a club, y'all. That's why they charge money at church. So since you talking about church, pay your tithes over here, honey. $5. $SANDEEROY. $, Cash App me. And if you say you ain't got Cash App, you lying. Because the divine said the bitch got all of them. See, Cassandra talking to you because Cassie don't cuss. You touch something within my human. And I have free will. And I can freely will myself to cuss you out. But I'm going to be good over here. Y'all want to see Cassie. So do y'all see where men will say, I'm a schizophrenic. This bitch over here talking to herself And she talking to 2 and 3 parts of her. That's why I say I'm a spiritual Sybil. Because Cassandra is a program that is about compartments. What I need is a drawer that I'm going to open and I'm going to give to you. Well, she made me pull it. What they say, she made me come out a whole nother bag. Talking about the unchurched. I am the church. The church is the truth and the light. It's a brick and mortar. BAM. That's what BAM stands for. Brick and mortar. I am the church. In my own religion. Are you obedient? That's my question. Do you do everything the Bible tell you do? And I got irritated today. Somebody was talking about the Bible and talking about God and Jesus, and I got so freaking irritated. Oh, I got so irritated because the way that she was telling the story, it was like she was standing there and she saw the whole thing. She experienced the whole thing. And I know she didn't. I know she didn't experience. I know she didn't. But the way that she was talking about it, like it is fact, because I was there. That's the only thing that's absolute. That's it didn't say obsolete. I can't even think of the word for certain. The things that we see and that we experience, those are the things we can testify to. Everything else is hearsay. So you saw me do this. Now, if you go tell somebody else about it and they tell somebody, they just heard what you said. That's hearsay. They need to go experience it for themselves. So when I post somebody's information or share a YouTube or Instagram live or whatever, I'm allowing you to experience. Now you can go and talk about it. Other than that, you're just telling somebody what somebody else told you. And most times when we tell a story, when we run with the lie or the truth, whatever it is, we add to it because our person wants to be included and we give our perception of it. And that might not even be what it was. It might not be exactly what we're saying. It might be something else. You know what I'm saying? What y'all are experiences, what you guys are experiencing is the metamorphosis. Every year we change. But if you document it, you'll realize we're learning the same lessons over, maybe on a higher vibration. We might be still tilling the ground and turning dirt over. So some of the things that we planted deep in us can come on up. Like every year you don't have to plant onions. Because there's going to be some stuff down in there. Tulips. You don't have to plant tulips every year. The tulip bulbs, they're going to come in the spring and they're going to be done. And then they're going to let everything else come up around them. Because they's only needed for when they were needed. So there's going to be some stuff that we're going to plant within ourselves that we only needed in the spring. I only needed to prove to y'all, y'all needed to see the difference. Because this thing is growing now, and y'all need to see the difference. And y'all need to know, if you disrespect Cassie, Cassandra gonna come forward and cuss you out. I've been cussing since I was 5. She gonna cuss you out. I can't control her. She the vehicle. Because she'll sit still and say, we ain't going nowhere. I'm not pushing a button. Cassie ain't got no arms. Cassie live inside of Cassandra. Cassandra is a human that have free will. So I be nice to Cassandra and allow her to get paid. But she is my chief protector on this side. And if you say the wrong thing to Cassie, Cassandra gonna get mad. Because as a human, I have to feel my emotions. I have to be able to verbalize them. And I have to think about it. And Cassandra loves Cassie. She feel it. When I feel like somebody trying to be funny, or when I feel like somebody Cassandra comes in, and that's why I get emotional. And that's why my person get her feelings hurt. And that's why when I went in the store and they had put my cards underneath, Cassandra got pissed. Cassie didn't give a damn. Because people going to come to me. But Cassandra got pissed and Cassandra let them know, I ain't fucking with you. Because you're not fair. It's about being balanced. And in balance, there's fairness. If I bring people to you, that means you got to bring people to me. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't fair, then I'm just sitting up there crying over spilled milk. Fuck that. I'm going to turn around and look for things that are going to support me. I'm going to let my emotions be over here. And that's how come sometimes we have to move away from people. We have to move away from people, places, and things that no longer serve us. We have to take a shit. And sometime after you take that shit, you have to read that shit. What that shit look like? That's how you know what you've been feeding yourself. If the shit hit the bottom and just stay at the bottom, you might be eating too many carbs and not enough fiber. You got to read your shit. If the shit is all watery and shit, you might have drank some milk or something. You might be lactose intolerant. If the shit is dark, too dark to be normal, it could be telling you bleeding on the inside. If you are iron deficient and you start taking iron, your shit is going to get dark. But if it's hard and tight, you're not drinking enough water. Well, that's on a human standpoint. When I looked at that shit, I started to divine the shit. Oh, it's messy. And it's full of shit. The situation was full of shit. And I was lying to myself thinking that I could wait a whole 30 minutes to take a shit. So that person is lying to themselves thinking that that other person isn't full of shit. And they running with the lie because they're trying to plant seeds to make it manifest into something beautiful. What's beautiful about shit? Old shit or new shit? It ain't nothing beautiful about it. You be like, you go in a hoarder's house, you be like, it was full of old shit. It was full of old shit. And when people say, what you mean it was full of old shit? Girl, them animals had shitted all over that nasty ass house. That's how we go. But then you know there's something wrong with that person. You know there's some disconnect. There is something going on that this person, and it's an inside job. Because what you see on the outside is how that person is feeling on the inside. They don't give a fuck no more. That's in a hoarder sense. When I said that, when you see a situation way bigger than recovery, because when you see, you don't be, you know, it's a lot that they cut out, but you don't be understanding how can they live like this. It's easy, especially if you're fighting your gift. When you start to fight your gift, it's like a push. It's like trying to put two magnets together and they on the wrong side. They don't click. It just keep pushing back. I used to love playing with magnets. I used to love playing with mercury. And I used to love how it looked. It says, start looking for the things that you need for your journey in the least likely places that they would be. I found this bracelet yesterday and I never go look at the jewelry, but it told me to go look at it. And I found this bracelet yesterday in Walmart. And the reason why, you know, Walmart jewelry, some of their jewelry is good, but I didn't want this because it wasn't in the case. It wasn't in the case and I found this. And these are agates, which is Gemini stone. And it's all different colors. Because there's all different parts of me. But the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes you got gifts. You got something waiting for you and you don't think it's there, but it's there. You got to be obedient and follow. And the reason why I like crystals is because it comes from the divine. It comes from the earth. Me and YG had this discussion. Everybody want to put these crystals in the sun and the moon. The only crystal I put in the moonlight is my selenite because it is a moonstone. Or I can put a moonstone. My desert rose I keep there at all time. But really crystals supposed to go in the ground. So you can get you a pot of dirt and put your crystals in the dirt to go back in darkness. Because that's where they come from, the darkness. And that's how come I feel like they can feel your emotions and that part of you. And align with what's on the inside of you. So opposed to sitting out in the light, you can put them in dirt. And then you just gonna have to figure out how you gonna do it. You gonna have a little brush. You have to know how it works for you. This is just me. I'm only telling you how I see it. So in my flower pot, it got crystals in it. And when I put the water on there, the crystals will show me I'm in here. And then I'll take those out and put some more in. Sometimes if you don't believe in crystals, because some people think you can program crystals and they think that you're trying to do something to them, go find you a rock. To me, the best places to have rocks are banks, somewhere like Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot. They got big rocks because they usually have a rock garden. Go see a rock and see how beautiful it is. And that one rock that looks beautiful to you, that's the rock that is for you. You can polish rocks and they'll look like crystals. It said, I've placed my crystals in the sand at the beach before. They were so powerful after I dug them up. Yeah, and you're right by the water. But see, some crystals I wouldn't take to the beach because I don't like them to get scratched up. I hate when my crystals get all scratched up. I hate when I go in a store that sell crystals and they put the rough crystals with the polished crystals. But that's just me being extra. I'm always been extra. If you make a round hamburger, I'm going to make a square just so I won't be like you. So trust me, I ain't trying to be like nobody else. I got enough ideas of my own. I don't look to research somebody's stuff and copy what they have. I understand some people want to have everything somebody else have and what they have, but understand when you take on that energy, you're in competition if you didn't know it. You're putting yourself in a competitive position. You don't have to be competitive. You just have to be obedient. Because what's for you is for you. And most times when you become a competitive, people can sense that and they don't like your energy. And you end up losing anyway. Don't be competitive. Be obedient. Listen to what's inside of you because it is an inside job. But when you fight against it, that's and people going to try to give you labels. That's just them trying to put you in a box. They'll say you bipolar. Of course, they always say Gemini is bipolar. Most times it's just that you don't understand what's going on inside of you, so it appears that you're off centered and that you're bipolar. And you may be bipolar. I don't call it what you want to. I just call it being myself. Hey, everybody that join me on Instagram and that join me on Facebook. But I'm gonna be uploading this. I'm gonna try to upload it. I gotta update my my technical equipment, you guys, because it is being told to me that this is bigger than what I think it is. And the proof is every day I've been doing readings lately. Because I posted an ad on my Facebook page. Because I still got to pay for where I'm at. I still got to advertise. I used to go read in somebody's shop and I would give them payment. And that money that I'm taking now, I'm advertising like on Facebook and Instagram. I ain't figured out Instagram yet, but Facebook I advertise, and through them advertisements I done touched so many people that I didn't know I could touch, because I thought it was just little old Michigan. I thought it was just my little old neighborhood, but in 2012, January the 12th, 2012, it was told me it was way bigger than me, and I'm beginning to see that. It's so much bigger than me. And 2021 is about change. That's the number 5. Once you get around that rough, it's a curve. Once you get around that curve, you're going to go to the right. And you're going to go up a little bit, and then you're going to turn right again. And you're on the right track. So this year is about change. We had to gain balance with things being different, and now the difference is coming. And we have to be aware of that. And next year we're gonna be pregnant with something, because it's gonna be 2022. That's 3 twos. That's 6. That's the birth. That's like somebody's pregnant. So give yourself 2 or 3 years for that big thing to manifest. And the things that you see now are small things on the scale of your greatness. It look like it's big, but it's way bigger than that. I was watching Latrice today, the lady that, she's a comedian. I can't think of her last name. And she said she started off in a little, like, suite. And now she has a warehouse. And everybody was like, why you got a warehouse? She said, for one, these are the pointers she gave. She said, for one, when you're in a small space, you forget what you got. Because you're just putting stuff away to make it look some kind of way. But when you're in a bigger space, you can put everything out so you can see it. And she saw it was bigger than her. She needed to be able to go around and show people what she got. And she got more merchandise, so she needed a bigger space. But now she still got to dream bigger. I'm renting a warehouse. Now I want to own me a warehouse. So you have to think bigger than that. When it's told to you that it's bigger than you. Long as you know it's bigger than you, you know greatness is coming. It says a roller coaster ride. It's up and down. It's up and down. It's the wheel of fortune. Sometimes you're at the top. Sometimes you're at the bottom. But make sure that when you're at the bottom, you're studying. So when you come back on top, you got some new stuff. So it's a wheel. Just because somebody ain't seeing you don't mean you ain't doing good. That just mean they can't see you. And just because you see me don't mean you know me. That just mean you're familiar. So quit acting like y'all know me. Because as you can see, I will go to the left and click out. And that was even a click out. That was just this is what you need to know about me before you start talking to me the wrong way. Because I will get irritated. And y'all say I'm crazy because I talk to myself. I will go crazy. And talk to you. Yeah. Yeah, that was just somebody trying to get up under my skin, but I had the choice of ignoring them or letting them know. No, I need to let them know. Don't come over here with this. You ain't ready for this. Because you're still blinded to the truth. You still think it's about a building and what you call religion. Some people call mythology. You know what I'm saying? It's a tale. I believe it's truth to them. It's just how they were written. Because somebody else put their stuff in there. So they made it to look like what they thought it looked. So it ain't exactly like that. This is about self-discovery. To me, this was about self-discovery, but this was too about letting people understand who you are. It's about springing forward. The days are going to get longer. So there's going to be more things to see in the daylight. There's going to be more things to see in the daylight. The moonlight is going to be less. But understand they're both important. You can't have one without the other. It's just like you got to be balanced. You can't just be masculine and hard all the time. Sometimes you got to go into that feminine energy, that water energy, that compassion within yourself. But you got to have balance. Like I'm being balanced in this moment. I'm giving compassion. I'm giving freely. I'm giving lovingly. But at the same time, don't get it twisted. You know? Because I might be this over here, but I might be this over there, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, this is Cassie Derwin. That's CASSIEDURWIN. You can catch me on, you can Google it. And wherever it say, touch that space. Because it's some places that I didn't even know I was, as far as my podcast, because I don't understand how that work. But, yeah, just Google Cassie Derwin, and you'll see me. And I'm going to get out of here because I have to be satisfied with sitting still. And I got to do my hair over, y'all. Today is the day that my hair has to be taken down and cleansed. I'm not to put shampoo in it today, but I don't really use shampoo. I use Dawn dishwashing liquid because all that other stuff was putting a coating on my hair, and Dawn seems to be the only one that don't coat my hair, and I know that's crazy, but it does. It doesn't put any coating on my hair. And then I'm going to do my oil. And thanks to everybody that ordered the oil. I got 4 bottles left. Yeah, I'm happy. And thanks for everybody that, I've been making necklaces and bracelets, you guys. I want to show you. Well, not the bracelets, the necklace. Now, this one right here is a Herkimer diamond, a red jasper, and a snowflake obsidian. It's all in there. And the reason why this one was made, because while I was doing a reading, this is what was told. That was told. That one is already someone's gift. I'm gifting that to somebody. Now, this one I made and somebody didn't want it. It's a Herkimer diamond, a garnet, and a chrysoprase. I don't know how to pronounce this. Chrysoprase. I know what it does. Even if I can't pronounce what it is, I know what it does. And they didn't want it, so I was just going to hold on to it. And then I got a chakra stones bracelet. And that's what I was gifting to them. So I know that these two go together. But lately, the Herkimer diamonds have been speaking to me. And I found a deal where I can get. Because you know they're not big. So if I can find one that's not too big, I've been getting them. But you know, that's just the name. It's still a crystal. Herkimer, New York is where they're found. And because they're so clear, they call them diamonds. It's still a quartz crystal, y'all. It's not a diamond. It's just out of Herkimer, New York. And it's very clear like a diamond. And it even kind of catches the light a little bit like a diamond, somewhat. But I've been making that. I've been making the brooms, to the evil eye brooms. Still working on the silver bullet, or whatever I'm gonna call it. A shot, a defensive shot, or whatever it's called. I don't know. And still doing my podcast, you guys. I'm still doing my podcast. That's Cassie Derwin, or either Cards and Conversation. But I got to get out of here because I got to take care of my hair and whatever spirit will have me to do. Like I say, my religion is obedience. Make sure you guys get you some flowers for your altar. Change your water. Change your water. If you got water lines on your glasses, wash your glasses. Burn some incense. Light a candle. When you're lighting your candle, set your intentions. If you use jar candles, after you burn the candle out, I write on my candle jars. But after I burn the candle out, there is a next step to that I have to do before I dispose of the candle jar. But y'all would have to sit with me and talk with me and get a session. Because I could just give you everything, but somebody just said, don't give them everything. Say something for when they talk to you privately. So I got to go, y'all. Peace.